I want adversity. You can't have greatness without adversity. It needs to happen.
Well, Todd Graham wanted a little adversity, and he certainly got it here in Albuquerque. As the Arizona State Sun Devils improved to 2-0, they beat New Mexico 58-23. Eric Sorensen, Sports360AZ.com. I'm with Chris Cartman, ASUDevils.com. And Chris, I guess we should just start with, one of the bright spots on offense, obviously the play of DJ Foster.
Terrific performance. First guy to go over 200 yards rushing for ASU since 2001, Delvon Flowers. He had nearly 300 yards from scrimmage. He also had 3 nice catches. I think he really got into a rhythm as the game progressed. The opportunities kept coming and he kept producing. He had something like 11.9 yards per carry, which is a ridiculous number, even against an opponent like New Mexico. He was tremendous.
It wasn't always pretty tonight. The ASU jumped out to a big lead and then stumbled in the half. They came out the second half. They really put their foot down. I need to ask you, how important is it for Graham and the Sun Devils to get a road game, non-conference, under their belt for the young players before they start Pac-12 play on the road next week at Colorado?
Yeah, it's definitely big. Even though this wasn't an environment where you have to maybe go to some of your silent calls and everything, it's getting into the rhythm and understanding what it's like. And then there was the altitude issue because it's about 5,000 feet here. Colorado's a little over a mile high, so it's similar. I felt like there was some cramping out here tonight, and there was a little bit of altitude issues. I think Taylor Kelly, Foster, maybe some other guys were a little bit worn out on the sidelines. So both being on the road and then also playing in altitude were big benefits for ASU.
The Sun Devils obviously break in a lot of new defensive players this year. With Pac-12 play starting, who are some guys that you want to see step up and who had big games tonight?
Well, Lyle Mucchiola was the guy that we thought coming into this game was poised for a big outing because of the way that New Mexico runs the football laterally, and he did. He was excellent. Graham even went as far as to say that he should be a team captain, the way that he rallied guys on the sidelines afterward, and was telling them, you just do your job, just do your assignment, everything's going to work out fine. Guys weren't doing that so much. They were a little bit frazzled. I think they were trying to freelance and do other people's jobs. And then Jordan Simone lost his starting job from the first game to the second game. But when he came into the game for James Johnson, he was tremendous. I think he might have been the player of the day. And he actually was the guy who got to spike the pitchfork. And then the defensive line has had some concerns about who's going to really step up there up front. And today, for the first time, we saw Viliami Latu play at that 3 technique position. He's moved from devil to end and now inside. He had a great series, three plays in a row.
So again, the Devils hold New Mexico without an offensive touchdown in the second half and roll on to a relatively easy win. They'll be in Boulder to take on the Colorado Buffaloes next week.